Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to being instantly well-informed. Today, we've gathered some really powerful sources, all zeroing in on a goal most language learners have, getting fluent in spoken English.
That's right. And this is really for anyone who's, maybe studied grammar for ages, but still kind of freezes up when it's time to actually speak.
Yeah, that feeling.
Exactly. And our sources all hammer home one thing. You absolutely have to speak English every single day.
Okay, but the tricky part isn't wanting to speak daily, it's how. What if you're feeling overwhelmed? Or maybe you just don't have anyone to practice with. Where do you even begin?
So that's our mission for this deep dive. We want to pull out the practical steps, the
Right.
things you can do alone, the tech you can use, and maybe most importantly, the mental tricks.
Mental tricks.
Yeah.
That's psychology.
Yeah, the psychological hacks to build that daily habit. We're aiming to go beyond just tips. We want to look at how you can fundamentally rewire your brain
Rewire your brain. How so?
so you stop translating in your head and just start speaking.
Ah, that mental shift. Okay, that's the real hook here. Let's unpack that, starting with the basics. Why is daily practice so, non-negotiable? We hear practice makes perfect all the time. But for language, why daily? Why can't I just, cram for a few hours on a Sunday?
Well, the best analogy the sources use is that language isn't just academic, it's physical. It's like a muscle.
A muscle, okay.
Yeah, think about it. You wouldn't go to the gym once a month for 8 hours and expect big results, right? Your biceps need consistent work.
Right. Little and often.
Exactly. So daily speaking isn't just about remembering words, it's physical conditioning too.
Conditioning for what exactly?
It trains three things at once. Your brain to build sentences automatically, your ears to catch the speed and sounds of English, and actually your mouth and tongue muscles.
To physically make the sounds?
Precisely. To articulate properly. If you skip days, those muscles get weak and your fluency just dips.
That's interesting. And our sources mentioned efficiency too, like short bursts are better.
Mm-hmm. Short, regular practice trains your mind to grab those English structures automatically. It cuts out that lag time, that hesitation.
You mean the time spent translating from your native language?
Absolutely. Think how much faster it is when you just know the English phrase versus trying to translate a complicated thought on the fly.
Right. It feels so much smoother.
That instant recall without needing the native language filter, that's what turns hesitant speech into something that sounds natural.
So the real goal isn't perfection tomorrow. It's just consistency today. Even 10 minutes.
10 minutes every single day. That's way better than 3 hours once a week. The mindset has to be effort over perfection. Just show up. Okay, now let's tackle that big one. The feeling that, oh, I have no one to talk to. So many people get stuck here.
Yeah, it's a common roadblock.
But the research we looked at says you don't need a tutor or a native speaker friend. Not necessarily. You can make huge progress completely on your own.
Okay, but let's be real. The first technique you often hear is talking to yourself. And that just feels awkward, doesn't it? A bit embarrassing, maybe?
Yeah, I get that. It feels weird at first. But you need to reframe it. You're not just chatting to the walls. You're actively training your speech muscles, building procedural memory.
Procedural memory.
Like muscle memory for speaking. Start super simple, mundane things. Narrate what you're doing right now. I'm pouring water. I'm opening the fridge. I need to find my keys. Use those common verbs.
Okay, so narrating the present. That covers basic verbs. How do you expand beyond that?
Then you move into narration. Talk about what happened earlier. Simple past tense. I went for a walk. I had a meeting. Or talk about your plans. Future tense. Tomorrow I'll call my friend.
Makes sense. What else?
Or try daily object description. Just pick up something nearby. Your phone, a cup, anything. Describe it. What's it for? How do you use it? It forces you to use different words without high pressure.
And the sources also mention something visual. The mirror method.
Yes. Stand in front of a mirror. Talk like you're actually in a conversation. This is less about perfect grammar and more about the performance side.
Performance?
Yeah. Watch your body language. Make eye contact with yourself. Try smiling while you talk. Seeing yourself speaking English, even just to your reflection, builds confidence. It makes speaking feel less like a test, more like just a normal thing to do.
All right, so we've got the physical practice down. But now, that big mental challenge, getting rid of the internal translator. Why is translating in your head so bad for fluency? And how do we actually start, thinking directly in English?
Okay, translating is slow because it uses the wrong part of your brain for fluent speech. You're using the prefrontal cortex that's for problem-solving, deliberate thought. It's conscious.
Right. It feels like hard work, like doing math problems in your head.
Exactly. It's exhausting. What you want is to shift that processing to the basal ganglia. That's where habits and motor skills live. Procedural memory again.
Okay, explain that more. Basal ganglia.
Think about learning to drive stick shift. At first, it's all conscious. Clutch in, shift gear, clutch out, gas. That's your prefrontal cortex working hard.
Very deliberate.
But after a while, you just do it automatically. You don't think about the steps. That's your basal ganglia taking over. It's become an automatic skill.
Ah, I see. So we need to make speaking English feel like that. Automatic, not calculated.
Precisely. Turn it into a motor skill.
So how do we actually start that shift? How do we train the basal ganglia for English?
You have to start really small. Simplify everything. For maybe the first week, consciously try to think only in short, simple English sentences.
Like what?
Things like, I'm tired, need water, good idea, time to leave. Like mental training wheels. Ban complex thoughts in your native language for a bit.
So if I see, I don't know, a really interesting bird, instead of thinking the whole complex description in my native language, I just think, cool bird.
Exactly. Just cool bird. Then slowly you build up. Need coffee becomes, I need coffee because I didn't sleep well. You force your brain to form the complete thought directly in English.
It sounds like it's all about habit building.
It's purely habit. The more you do it, the faster your brain gets at grabbing English words and structures without hesitation. That's the path to genuine fluency.
Okay, brain rewiring is underway.
Yeah.
But speaking well also means listening well, right? Getting the rhythm, the flow.
Absolutely. And there's a specific technique for that called shadowing. This isn't just passive listening.
Shadowing. How does it work?
You listen to a short clip, maybe a line from a podcast or a movie, a native speaker, and you immediately repeat it out loud right after them.
Okay, just repeating.
Not just repeating the words. You try to perfectly copy their tone, their intonation, the rhythm, the melody of a sentence.
Why is copying the tone so crucial?
Because English has its own music. Stress patterns, words getting squished together, liaisons, reductions, things that might not exist in your native language. Shadowing forces your mouth muscles to practice those specific English mechanics.
Ah, so it's muscle memory for the sounds and the flow, not just the words themselves.
Exactly. It physically trains your mouth.
All right, let's talk tools. If I'm committing my 10 minutes a day, what tech can help maximize that time?
Oh, there are great resources now. For actual conversation practice, apps like Hello Talk or Tandem are good for finding language partners for quick chats. Low pressure.
Okay, for interaction. What about solo practice tools?
Yeah.
Pronunciation aids.
Yeah, those are invaluable. If you're unsure how a word really sounds in context, use Youglish. It searches YouTube captions and finds real examples of native speakers using that exact word or phrase.
That sounds useful. Context is everything.
Definitely. And for specific feedback on your pronunciation, AI tools like ELS Speak can actually listen to you and pinpoint where you're going wrong with certain sounds.
And what about the simple voice recorder on our phones? The sources recommend using it daily. How do I use that effectively without just practicing mistakes?
That's a key point. The voice recorder is for self-assessment. Record yourself maybe talking for 2 minutes about your day. Then, and this is crucial, listen back. But don't just listen, compare it.
Compared to what?
Find a short audio clip of a native speaker, maybe reading a similar text or just talking. Listen to them, then listen to yourself. Be critical. Are you too fast, too slow? Are you stumbling on certain sounds?
So it's active listening to yourself.
Yes, and don't forget things like Siri or Google Assistant. They need pretty clear speech to understand you. It's a simple, low-stakes test of your intelligibility.
Huh, good point. If Siri gets you, you're probably doing okay.
So once you've built some solo confidence, adding some social practice is great reinforcement. The sources suggest even a small English club with friends can be really effective.
Like meeting up specifically to speak English?
Yeah, online or in person. Keep it short, 10, 15 minutes daily. Pick a simple topic beforehand. Food, hobbies, weekend plans. Focus helps.
And to make that group time, or even solo time, really practical, the sources mentioned role play.
Role-playing is fantastic. It puts the language into a real-world context. Practice ordering in a cafe or handling a work scenario or checking in at an airport.
Pretend situations.
Exactly. It prepares you for those moments when the pressure is on for real, takes away some of the deer in headlights feeling.
Let's talk pronunciation again. Many learners worry about having a perfect accent. Is that the goal?
No, definitely not. The sources were clear. Focus on clarity, not eliminating your accent. Can people understand you easily? That's the goal. Intelligibility.
So how do you improve clarity?
Use online dictionaries, but not just for definitions. Listen to the audio pronunciation. Slowly. Repeat it again and again. Try to nail the stress in the individual sounds.
Now, what about those fun exercises, tongue twisters? Do they actually help?
They really do. Things like, she sells seashells. They're like little workouts for your mouth, training the muscles for the quick, precise movements English often needs.
Okay, so let's pull this all together. What does a simple, manageable daily routine look like? Just 10 or 15 minutes total.
Right. Totally doable. Maybe. Morning, 2 minutes talking to yourself while getting ready, just narrating, finding my shirt, brushing my teeth.
Okay, 2 minutes down.
Afternoon, maybe 5 minutes. Find a short English video or podcast clip. Listen and shadow a few key sentences. Really focus on the sound and rhythm.
Got it, shadowing for 5.
An evening, maybe 3 minutes. Use your phone's voice recorder. Record a short audio diary entry about your day in English. Just speak freely.
That's only 10 minutes. That feels achievable.
Absolutely. And the final piece is confidence. Start small. 1 minute today is fine. 2 tomorrow. Remember that making mistakes is not failure. It's literally the sound of you learning and improving.
Embrace the mistakes. I like that. Hashtag tag tag outro.
So just to quickly recap the core ideas, talk to yourself, narrate your life, actively work on thinking directly in English, starting small.
Right. And use that shadowing technique. Listen and repeat, mimicking the sound. Use your voice recorder for self-checks.
Exactly. Focus on clarity over accent.
Yeah.
Maybe throw in a tongue twister. But above all, build that confidence.
And remember why you started learning in the first place. Was it for travel? Your career? Studying? Keep that motivation front and center.
And don't wait until you feel perfect. Start using English in real life right now. Even tiny interactions count. Order your coffee in English. Type a comment online in English.
Watch something without subtitles, maybe.
Yes. The more real situations you expose your brain to, the faster those connections will build.
Which leads us to that final thought, something that really stood out from the sources. English isn't just another school subject to study for a test.
No, it's presented much more as a vital tool, an active tool for connecting with people, with information, with opportunities all over the world.
So this deep dive hopefully gives you the encouragement and the practical steps to pick up that tool, start that rewiring process, and actually begin using it today.